Hello everyone. So today we will be looking at how to do launch base 1 and 2 with world record strats. So essentially, we are gonna be looking over a launch base 1 run followed by a splice that will essentially lead to a launch base 2 run in between those two, if that makes any sense. So I didn't come up with any of these threads. As for launch base 1, it was Ben in Sweden that taught me those threads for launch base 1. And we are not gonna go over spike sep because I don't know how to do it that well, so we start off by holding right, then we jump here, make it true. Then we do a full jump here, and then we wanna be aligned with this first ring in order to bounce on the fire shield monitor, and then we wanna do a fire dash and slow down here. Though we can also just not do the fire dash and hold right the whole way through, but that would essentially mean that we are at risk of hitting the spikes. But anyway, if you're at full running speed and do a full jump on this left, you should be able to get out of it almost immediately, like that, without having to wait for it. So we get on this cup, get on the left side of it, do a full jump, and then once we bounce against the ceiling, we do a fire dash, and then make it onto this cup. So we do a spin dash here, and you wanna get this frame here while holding the spin dash before unpausing and immediately jumping. And that should give you slope glitch. So you make it up here, and then you land on this slope, and once you see these gears on the left side of the screen right now, once you see these gears at the top of the screen, you wanna do a fire dash. You wanna jump and do a fire dash as soon as you see these gears on top of the screen. Like that. So essentially, you'll start running like this, and once you start going down, slow down, so that you don't go too far down. So anyway, just buffer until you see Sonic on the right side of this little circle, and then start holding left until the screen sort of like starts going up slowly. So after just a little bit of the screen moving up slowly, you wanna pause, switch to holding right until you go above Knuckles' bathroom in Sonic 3 and Knuckles anyway. And once you go past that part where you usually encounter Eggman in Sonic's route, before the cutscene with Knuckles throwing the bomb and everything, so you hold right and then hold left, and that should let you get up here. So now you can either get hit by the boss and pawn it using the insta-shield, or you can do it this way. It kind of comes even regardless of what you do. It is kind of like as fast anyway. So that is Act 1, so you walk all the way here, and there you go. So now here's the splice, as you can see. And this is from another run where we kept the fire shield after launch base 1, but it doesn't matter anyway, because we are gonna get on this cup, and as it is falling, we wanna jump off it, then go right, and then go left, and get crushed by the cup, in order to die and be able to do launch base 2 wrap. So now we wanna do a spin dash and jump, and then you see Sonic's Q on the right. You want the dot to sort of like be aligned or slightly past the first inclination, the first slight inclination on this platform. There's a little line you know, the first line here, the highest one, and this little slope here, and you want the dot to be slightly past that line or at the very left edge of the line, and then you want to do a spin dash and then immediately jump and hold left. So the method I used was that I did a spin dash and then released it and passed at almost the same time. So I got Sonic in this animation and then I held left and jumped. And then you hold left for a little bit until about here. If you don't hold left, you will just fall off. But if you hold left for just a little bit, you should get Sonic falling down. Then you pause buffer until you get this frame. The frame where you hold left isn't frame perfect, but I think it is like a 2 to 4 frame window. I'm not sure, but it is either 2, 3, or 4 frames. So it isn't perfect, but it is kind of tight. So I would suggest pause buffering for this. I don't know how many frames you have for holding left here. But anyway, you will clip down. And you want to essentially have, you see that little yellow line at the top right of the screen? You want it to be as close to the right border of the screen as possible, or it doesn't touch the border either. Right here, and then you want to start holding right. And unless you get soft pixel, you'll make it all the way through. So, as you can see, we are gonna bounce on the bus. Okay, until we take it down, and then we are gonna go through this cutscene, and we are gonna start this bus with a spin dash. And then we are gonna get the remaining hits with the Insta Shield. This bus can either come from the right or from the left, but in this case it came from the right. So now onto Big Arms. We are gonna get the first 2 hits with the Insta Shield here. And we are gonna wait for the bus to come down before hitting it with the Insta Shield, and then we are gonna do this thing where if we roll or spin dash and jump while Sonic is above Robotnik and the Sonic is rolling as well, if you jump, then that should get you a hit usually. And then we use the Insta Shield for the remainder of the fight, and then we get the last hit cause we didn't get the 1 cycle. But yeah, that right there is Launch Base 2. And yeah, that is it, I guess. So yet again, shout out to the community for teaching me these strats. As for Launch Base 2, there is a riskier way to do the rap, but if I recall correctly, Joey69 found the consistent way that we use, that most runners use for Launch Base 2 rap nowadays, and the method that was used in this tutorial. So yeah, shout out to Joey baby.